Good evening. All right. What year is it? Oh, good. It's 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Yeah. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000, yeah. Oh, all right. Not bad. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback, the well-Hungarian. Well, all right. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000, yeah. I'm gonna see you at the fun. What? Wash your jeans, bring your notebook, bring your jokes. We got a microphone at the phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Is this thing off? Oh, you're laughing at me. Still counts. Phone simulation, yeah. Phone simulation 2000. I can't hear you. I can't hear you in the mic. All right, let's do this.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Oh, I'm not here right there. Thank you, Ian Ryan Smith, for being our official fun simulation dancer this week. You will see Ian telling jokes later from his Hobbit forest as he's doing his Hobbit laundry, is what we've determined he's been doing during open mics. You could multitask during virtual open mics. Thank you. Welcome to this the Zoom mic. Everyone coming back as your cities start not letting you leave your apartments anymore, I think is what's happening. We have a big list tonight, so stick around to the end. It will be exciting. Stick around to the fastest minute. You get to see everybody go up. Some people call it a redemption round, but a little secret is nobody's ever redeemed themselves. If you do badly, just leave and write better jokes for next week. That's your best shot. It's first impressions, guys. We already saw 3.5 minutes of you. We know what the next minute's gonna be. No, I encourage you to stick around. It's fine. It's all good. How's everybody doing? Did everyone watch the big boxing match last night? That was exciting. There was Mike Tyson and some other old guy fought and had a draw. That was exciting. And then they let a YouTuber fight a professional basketball player, which is exciting because there's a lot of debate over whether or not Jake Paul is a professional boxer. He has boxed 2 people now, but I'll tell you one thing that he is, and that is future president of the United States. Thanks, Ronald Reagan. Thanks, Donald Trump. That's the way this is going. YouTube's for president. I think that's what's going to happen. There's a new movie coming out. I don't know if anyone saw a preview for this. I'm really excited for it. It's called Bird Song, and bear with me. It's about it takes place in the very near future. It's about a pandemic of a disease that requires people to stay in their house and be isolated. Coincidentally enough, the disease is named COVID-23. That's actually what they're doing. They're not really trying to stretch too far, but yeah, it's about it. It looks really exciting. It's by Michael Bay. It's from the people that did Purge. It's from the people that did A Quiet Place. So it's going to be good. And it's basically about the government not letting people leave their house for like a year on end and going out and putting people into camps and stuff if they get sick and test positive. So basically, they're showing us what exactly anti-Maxxers prevented in COVID-19. That's exactly why they were out protesting. Thank you for driving around their pickup trucks. That's exactly where we would have been. The people from the movie, the kidnappers that were going to kidnap the Michigan president, that's exactly what they stopped. Thank you, people that were living out the plots of the movie Canadian Bacon. I think that's basically what these the American Taliban wins this time. That's what happened. But now we get to watch a movie of what if. I'm just going to go and start this thing out, guys. I'm excited. I'm excited for our first comic. Big fan. I'm excited for all of our comics. Some more than others. I'll admit that, and some more than others. But this I'm sorry, I'm letting someone in the room right now. Okay, this comic is one of the more than others, if that makes sense. Please welcome Yashar Coffee.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I definitely wanted to hear that you want to see me more than someone else. Thank you. I'm an attention whore with a low self-esteem. So what you did right there is made me thank you. Thanks. My name is Yashar, and I am from Iran. Thanks for not running away. Hey, Laura, I used to be a math tutor in Highland Park for No Child Left Behind Act program. And that's before gentrification, where white people with pubic hair on their faces, hipsters, showed up. So when I saw some some gang-related activities, which is fine. I'm Iranian. I kind of enjoy violence, and as long as it's controlled. Anyway, what you mentioned about comedy protest here in LA, a lot of comics, they were upset when the comedy clubs closed down, and they were trying to organize a protest outside of the Comedy Store to open it up. What's very funny is that those are the comics that are not funny at all. They don't have a single joke, but they want to open the Comedy Store. Like, why? Why are you doing that? That's like having an army of bald, hairless people trying to open up barber shops. Like, why? There's no hair on your head. Go home. Just wash your head with soap. You don't have any jokes. Just go home and kill yourself. Thank you. That was inspired by hearing about the comedy protest. And people deal with COVID differently. I have a friend. He's from Cyprus, not the city, the Greek island in Mediterranean, and he called me to tell me how bad it is. And he said, "Did you know how bad COVID is in Cyprus?" I said, "How bad is it?" He said, "They closed down the whorehouse. They closed down the whorehouse. I can't see Natasha anymore." See, whorehouse is a life necessity in Cyprus. That's what I'm trying to say. Some of these COVID deniers that I know, and they come on Facebook and troll and write stupid shit. In an ideal world, if it wasn't persecutable, if one of them would get COVID and needed a ventilator, I would make sure to get into the hospital room and defecate in that ventilator. They don't deserve to use that because you were denying it all along. You fucking COVID denying piece of shit. You don't deserve to use a ventilator. How you guys doing? I'm filled with love and joy. Thank you. I'm using my phone, so I only see 4 faces. So I don't see a light or anything. Just announce the 1 minute. I'm like one of those.
1 minute.
Thank you. Since I only see 1 or 2 people, I look like one of those karate fighters from those karate movies in the 80s where the guy would go blind and he had to like find his way. Like, that's how I'm operating. I'm trying to hear laughs, and I know most of you are muted. So it's okay. I'm used to failure and bombing it. Actually, I did my first open mic at the Highland Park. There's a pizza joint. There was a drive-by shooting 2 blocks from there when I was on stage, and that just hearing the noise of AK-47 made me come in my pants. My first time on stage, I came like my first time at the whorehouse. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, Yashar Coffee. I agree. I save the ventilators for the whorehouses for the women that are out of work there. I don't know. I think everyone should be bailed out, except our anti-maxers, except the fact that they stopped the totalitarian government from taking over the United States, and I want to thank them for that. So they could split up maybe 3 ventilators. Is Josh DiDonato on his own thing? There he is. Oh my God. Our next meeting, I'm just gonna rip through. Please welcome Josh DiDonato.
Hey. Yeah. Here in my home, had 2-person Thanksgiving. It was vegan Thanksgiving, my first vegan Thanksgiving. That's the cook clapping over there. Forced me to have a vegan Thanksgiving. Very pleasant. Cruelty-free, other than some of the stuff she said afterward. But you'll see her soon enough. You'll see what I mean. A lot of people have, we're bummed that they couldn't go see family this year. And then a lot of people were stoked that they didn't have to see family this year, or they were stoked that they could see family just from the safety of a screen. And if it got ugly, they could just close the screen and then just split, without having to change their flight. And then there's a lot of people who just went and had like a big Thanksgiving with their family. And, some of those people will have fewer family members shortly. And that is not a joke. That is just the result of ignoring CDC recommendations. So actually that would be the perfect murder. If you're a younger person and you were asymptomatic and you tested positive for COVID, and you were like, man, I want that inheritance. Yeah, I'm going to go see grandma, give it to grandma. Not a court in the land would convict you. I'm not saying all murderers are Republican, but all Republicans are murderers. Yeah, it's weird. People are saying you should have compassion for the people who didn't win the election. But you know what? It would take the people who lost the election admitting that they lost to have a little compassion. I feel like compassion for Donald Trump looks like if Donald Trump is only sent to prison for the crimes that he committed while he was in office, and he's not hung by the neck until dead in the middle of Times Square, I feel like he gets off easy. So I'm hoping for that kind of compassion. And God bless America. And if you don't believe in God, then have a good day.
Thank you, Josh DiDonato. Let's not do Times Square. Let's do a gas station like they did with Mussolini. just hang him from a Citgo. That's basically what we should do.
Mussolini reference.
I had a vegetarian Thanksgiving because my wife and I are vegetarians. I was telling my coworker about it, and he was like, "Wow, are you vegetarian? Like, for how long?" And I told him, and then he said, "Wow, like I'm thinking about becoming one. Any tips?" And I said, "Well, I just want to first of all say that I still eat fish. Like, I eat fish a couple times a month." And he was like, "Well, that's weird to draw the line." And I was like, "No, I mean, like, I could kill a fish, like, to eat. Like I think I have the speed and strength and courage required to kill just a fish. That's probably all I'm good for if it comes down to hunting. So that's why I could kill and eat a fish." Our next meeting coming down. Where are you at? Oh, please welcome Ying Vigilant.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. So your mic is like a clockwork now. We'll get the email to want us to sign up, right? Yeah. So you guys are regulars, just like me now. So okay, guys. Happy post Thanksgiving. How about that? Yeah. So here comes test. Chris. Okay. Why chicken cross the road? Anybody?
Why?
Why chicken cross the road? Because you ate all the turkeys. Yeah, that's why. So we have Thanksgiving behind me now. I feel like the pressure's off, so I can actually tell some Thanksgiving jokes. So my first Thanksgiving, when I first got to this country doing my graduate work, I was invited to a professor's Thanksgiving party. So when I first time saw that stuffings, you know, I only know about turkey. I don't know about that stuffing dish. So I said, so we're having a leftover already, because that sure looks like leftover. The Chinese dishes, like when you mix things together, right? Because like Mongolian beef, orange chicken, like leftover. I'm talking about leftover of separate leftover dish. So you mix them together just before feeding the dogs. That's what the stuffing looks like to me. And then the wife of the professor have to explain, oh no, it's a stuffing, like whatever is in the turkey's, stomach. So anyway, moving on. I'm a single mother, single mother. I'm single mother twice. I'm not proud of it, okay? It's not good model. Don't copy that, ladies. That's not. But I wish that I'm a widow twice, because at least if I'm widow twice, I'm hoping that I got 2 trust funds and maybe 2 houses transferred to my name. Yeah. So I got something to show for it. No, instead, all I got is 2 souvenirs from 2 fucking white guy, and souvenir won't leave the house. Okay, take that back. Take that back. My 17-year-old son is gonna go to college next year, so he'll be gone. But my point is, guys, if you want to have a happy marriage, stick to your own race. Yeah. Have you ever heard a mail order bride turn into a happily ever after happy story? No fucking chance, guys. You'll be lucky if she doesn't try to plot to cut your penis off. You know what I'm saying? Or in my case, you got this foreign fucking Chinese wife try to shit out your stuffings, ruin your Thanksgiving dinner or maybe Christmas dinner. So don't take that chance. I mean, yeah, mail order wife will get you excited like for 1 or 2 months, but want to be happy? Marry your own woman. That's my time. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Ying the Black Widow Vigilant. Yeah. Indian Black Widow in training. That was a lot of learning I did there. I like when I get to learn on my mic. I like when there's good advice being given. Our next comedian coming up, please welcome from Chicago, but currently on tour in LA, Laura Hogg.
Hey! Thanks for calling me a super spreader, Mark. It brings me back to my high school days, so that was great. Last year I was, went to somebody's house for Thanksgiving, and the host's father got up and gave a said a blessing. And I do believe in God, but even I think that's dicey. Like, all right, what's he gonna say? I'm a Christian, but I'm like a don't ask, don't tell. I'm not gonna ask you, and I don't want you to tell me because I don't really want to talk about it. Because even though I'm a Christian, I don't really read the Bible. So anyway, but he's like gave a prayer, and first he asked God to protect all our first responders, and I'm for that, but I also know that first responder is Republican for firemen. And then, but then he said, let's thank God. Thank you for all the people that are here today. And that was nice. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And then he's like, and thank you for all the people that aren't here, which I know he meant like people that died, but I sort of took it like, oh, thank God that asshole didn't come this year and went to his in-laws instead, dodged a fucking bullet, flew here. I flew into Vegas because it's a global pandemic, and nothing says like global pandemic like visiting the nation's capital of health and wellness, Las Vegas, Nevada. And but I wore like a pound of material on safety material on my head to protect myself from COVID-19. And I realized that's as close as I'm going to get this year to decorating a Christmas tree. I mean, I just don't have it in me, but I'll put that on. I'll put on 2 masks, a face shield, headphones, dangly earrings, because they're my signature. And in case you didn't know, and a partridge in a pear tree. And then come Christmas Day, I'm also going to add a dog cone so Santa can just throw the gifts around my head. All right, that's all I'm going to do. Thanks so much. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Laura Hogg. I'm trying to spotlight. There we go. I'm back. Thank you, Laura Hogg. One more time for Laura Hogg, the super spreader, past and present, just keeping the dream alive. I love it.
Jerk.
Our next comedian coming up, international comic Iggy Love Sky.
Hey everybody.
Woo!
How's it going? If you can, give me some jazz hands if you can hear me. Awesome. Melissa, can you turn on your mic? I would love to hear you laugh because I think you have like one of the best laughs. Melissa's like, no, I'm not doing it. Yes, you McGillicuddy. Yes, your laugh is everything.
You know my laugh?
Yes, that's like, it gives me so much joy. Like when I was watching the tape from last time, I was like, your laugh was like everything. So, and I just want to like thank all of you for coming out and helping all of us together to like, work on our craft. It means a lot to have this community. So thank you guys, Jazz Hands, for putting this together. I really appreciate it. I really do. And like, it's been really like, I'm not like, honestly, this has been tough, like I lost my job. I lost like a lot of money. I lost my Amazon Prime account. Do you know how hard it is to be in the pandemic and not have Amazon Prime? That's how broke I am. Like, I had to move to Mexico. I am currently in Mexico. I knew that America was getting bad when Mexico started filling up with illegal white people. Like my gardener, his name is Steve. Okay, he's from Orange County. People say that Mexicans are lazy. Give a Republican a leaf blower. So like my family, we run these Airbnbs in Mexico by the ocean. We take care of them. And my mom, so I'm a gay Ukrainian Jew from Chernobyl. Yeah, comedy is what? Pain plus time. So enough time has gone by. You can laugh now. Oh man. So my mom, she goes to check in the Airbnb guests, right? And she's like, "Welcome to paradise. Please do not fall in cactus, in fire, or in love with me." That is Ukrainian joke. You can laugh. Okay. White American people, this is for you. Mother Nature is not like the police. She will grab you and kill you even if you're not black. This is not racist. I've just been doing this for several weeks, and the only people that die are white people. Mother Nature does not understand white entitlement. Like, Mom, I don't think they understand your sense of humor. And she's like, don't stifle me. And then she's going through the spiel, and then she's finally like, "Do you have any questions?" Yeah. Can you tell us where you're from? Next door. No, we want to know, like, what are you? Irritated. No, but like seriously. And I told her, I was like, Mom, you got to be nicer to them. And so you had to answer their questions. So finally she was like, I'm Ukrainian. And then they were like, they have white people in Africa? She's like, I'm going to pretend that was statement. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. I love Sky. I worked for a lot of companies, but I worked for a Ukrainian company one time. It was actually my first job out of college. I worked there so briefly it doesn't go on my resume, but it was a software company, and my desk was in the hallway, the entrance hallway. They didn't even have like a room for me, so I was in the hallway. And one day, one of the Ukrainian developers came in with a mask and a paintball gun and just started shooting people with it. As a joke, that's just like a good old Ukrainian prank. And afterwards, it's like, look how bad our security is. We should step it up. So I only stayed there like 3 weeks. Our next meeting coming up, please welcome Ian Ryan Smith.
Thank you. So I live in South Dakota, the worst place for coronavirus in the whole world. And just to get a glimpse at just how bad it is, my job is I sell sheet music and sheet music accessories. And across the street from where I live is the Hibachi Grill and Supreme Buffet, the largest buffet in the state of South Dakota. And it's packed every day. The buffet in a pandemic, packed every single day. We don't care over here. And if anyone doesn't care, the least, it's our governor. Our governor doesn't care at all. I hate her. I think she's really awful. Probably one of the worst things to come out of this pandemic is finding out she's not really that hot either.
Yeah.
Like, there's a picture of her from behind where she's not wearing a mask, and her ass is concave. I think it got that way because she just sits on her hands all day. Yeah, and she's out to prove government doesn't work by becoming the government and then not working. And at the very beginning of this pandemic, someone came up to her and said, "Hey, Christy, if we don't do anything, almost 70% of South Dakotans are going to get coronavirus." And I think she took that as a challenge. 70%? 70%? Those are rookie numbers. I wipe my ass with 70%. That's nothing. You think that's a lot? You got to pump those numbers up. We need 80, 90, 100, 110. Fuck it. Let's do 2 Sturgis rallies. 70%. So I think we need to talk about the talk. There needs to be another segment of the talk that covers masturbation and the how-tos. Like, use a towel. The cleanup is easier with a towel and not thousands of tissues. That one, yeah. Get a lock too, also. Yeah. Get a lock. You're old enough to have a lock now. You can get a lock. And also, don't use conditioner as lube. You will regret it. You will regret it. You will have itchy dick. It's not fun. I can't really talk for the ladies. I don't know how their masturbation works. I don't understand it. It frightens and confuses me. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, Ian Ryan Smith. I like that well, first of all, I like local regional humor being done on an international Zoom show. That's my favorite thing. But my second favorite thing is you went right from the governor to masturbation. Like that was just your thought process in writing this week. You're like, if I do too much research on our governor, then that happens. So our next comedian is from Chicago. Excited to have him back. Please welcome Trevor Gertensen.
Hey everybody. I do realize what I look like. Like if I were to get murdered, I know it'd be written off as a suicide immediately. Like, hey, this guy was stabbed 16 times in the back. It's obviously a suicide. Look at him. He looks sad. I grew up in Minnesota originally, and I was always raised to hold doors for people. And it's a nice gesture to do, but I realized that no one's ever held up in a door for me. Apparently, when they see Alice Cooper coming, they just shut the door. One of my friends called me up. He's got a little kid, and he's like, I wanted to find a good kids movie from my generation to show him, but I don't want to show him Bambi because Bambi is really sad, right? Because we all know that Bambi is a story of a young little deer that gets to watch his mom get shot, and then he's left alone to find friends. And I was like, well, you know what you should show him then? The Land Before Time. And so then I got a call back later. He's like, hey, thanks for the recommendation. I don't know if you recall the story of The Land Before Time, but it's about a little dinosaur that watches his mom get eaten by a T-Rex. And he's left to wander trying to find friends. And I was like, yeah, but you're not likely to see a dead brontosaurus laying on the highway. So a win-win. I am starting to feel my age a little bit too much. Because I remember, when you're young and you're doing cocaine off your partner and it's a fun time. And then, a few years go by and now it's like, oh, this tea is too hot. Do you have some ice? It is depressing. And that's not the only thing that makes me feel old. I realize I'm not World War II old yet, where I just want to watch documentaries on something I don't care about. It's more about I started thinking about my heritage because I don't know much about it. I kind of know my mom's side, but I don't know my dad's side. But I found out that he just recently done that, Ancestry.com. So I called him up to find out what his results were. And he's like, well, as it turns out, your great grandmother was kind of a slut. And I was like, wow, they can tell that from a cotton swab? Science has come a long way. I wish that story wasn't true. That was all I know. That's what he told me. So, there you go. So I'm obsessed with this artist, Amy Winehouse. I think she is probably the last rock star we will ever have. And I was actually buying one of her records because they had a special edition at Target. And when I brought to the counter, they're like, oh, do you know what killed her? And before I could respond, they said, you. And I think I know what she meant, but it made me think for one moment that the lady at the counter thought that I was cool enough to know Amy Winehouse. Pretty good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Trevor Gertensen. Stay safe. Do not get murdered. And if you do, I will try to find who did it, even though the cops will probably try to stop me.
Thanks.
That's how it worked. Our next comedian, I'm looking for him right now. Oh yeah, here we got Dead Air Dennis Mailer.
Yay! It's me, everybody. What if that was my voice? It's not. We know that. We all know me. All right, here we go. Let's talk about this. A lot of places are putting up plexiglass to keep people safe during coronavirus. And so who would have thought that before coronavirus, the safest place was check cashing places? I feel like that was the one person of color. I feel like all you suburban white people were like, I don't get it. What's a check cashing place? Okay. I think charcuterie boards are just Lunchables for people who cause gentrification. All right. Ian mentioned it earlier about The Talk. And you hear a lot of comedians talk about the talk and when their parents gave them the talk and how weird and awkward it was. I'm not going to talk about that. I didn't get the talk. I never had the talk. My parents never gave me the talk about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and other words that rhyme. No, the closest thing I got was I got in the car with my dad when I was 15. And I was like, hey, I really like this girl. I'm thinking about asking her out. And if she says yes, will you drive us to the movies? And he goes, dating? You should learn to keep your room clean first. So we have determined that is the beginning of my obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't suffer from OCD. I live with OCD. What I suffer from is listening to other people talk as if they have OCD. That's what. All right, so let's talk about this. I went on a date with a young lady I met on a dating app, and just so you know, there's two major dating. All right, well, there's three. Well, there's three, but I only know about two. I'm not going to talk about Grindr. I don't know anything about Grindr. Grindr's not my scene. If that's your bag, awesome. If I have to go do a march so you have the right to use Grindr, I will, but no, I'll complain about my feet hurting the entire time. So that's like the only thing I know about Grindr is I'm pretty sure it's just two guys saying to each other what gets straight guys like me too'd. So there's two major dating apps out there. There's Tinder. If you don't know what that is, it's when a man and a woman match and they meet together. Apparently the rules are the man has to send the woman a dick pic. I don't get it. It's weird. But if you think that's weird and awful, by the way, it is. So don't worry. There's a feminist version out there, and that's called Bumble. And the way that works is if a woman and a man meet up, that man can't message the woman until she first sends him a dick pic. So I met this woman on Bumble, and I went out on a date with this Bumbleina. And in the middle of the date, first off, there should have been two red flags. The first red flag was when she found out I was a comedian. One of the things she wanted to talk about was how she's not a comedian, by the way, she, however, wanted to tell me her opinion on how much she thinks that comedians should be allowed to say the N-word. Strike one. That should have been the first red flag. Secondly, she was like, oh my God, I have so much OCD. I'm going to make sure all the pictures in my house are straight. I'm like, bitch, I was late to work today because I can't step on shadows. You're not on my level, okay? Like, stop culturally appropriating my mental disorder, all right? I'm Dennis Maller, and I support mental health. Good night.
Yeah, Maller. We're going to keep rolling. People keep entering the room. I'm going to keep tearing through the list. Our next comedian, I believe, is an international comedian as well. Kelly Zemnikas.
Yay! Hey, everyone. Hello. Yeah, I'm your friend Kelly Zemnikas. I'm coming to you from Canada. You've heard of Canada. Yeah, it's the land where things aren't that much better. Yeah, really. Guys, calm down. Yeah, I would definitely describe myself as a foodie. I'm a die-hard foodie. And you know how some people have like a shoe for every occasion, a purse for every occasion? I have a snack for every occasion. I'm pretty proud of this. It's pretty awesome. Yep. Broken heart, cookie dough. Easy, simple. Yeah. Lost your job, cookie dough. It's amazing. Yeah. If you need to do repairs on the house, maybe you've needed to do that during COVID, cookie dough. Yeah, it's great. Cookie dough, by the way, will not work on your on any renovation, but you'll have cookie dough, which is really a win-win. So, yeah, I'm just a fan of cookie dough. I think that's obvious. I went for a walk the other day with a friend, and while we were out, he asked me what the temperature was. So I took out the app on my phone, checked it. And I love when we check the temperature and then you get the feels like temperature, which is really the real temperature that we all should be going with. So I thought maybe I would start implementing this into my real life, into other things, like romance, you know, may say something like, yeah, you know, it's going great with Steve. It's been 3 months. Feels like it's been 3 years though. He's a bit much. Steve's a bit much, yeah. Or maybe a new house. Yeah, I just moved into this great new apartment, you know, loving it. Feels like there's a mold issue though. I've got a weird rash. It could work, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna start using that. But as I mentioned, I'm a big food fan, and I love ordering from my Chinese delivery place every now and then. And some people might get offended when you get like extra sets of cutlery in your order. Some people may be like, hey, stop judging me. I have a healthy appetite. I actually am flattered by it. I really am, because guys, they think I'm in a relationship. It's really sweet. Nice. I love that my Chinese food spot has more faith in me finding love than my parents. Really nice, yeah. The day where I will get offended is when they just give me one set of chopsticks. Because if I've lost them, then I'm fucked. You know, they're holding me down. Anyways, that's it. I'm Kelly Zemnikas. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly Zemnikas. Yeah, I realize that's one thing. A lot of people are snacking during COVID a lot, and I realize I snack a lot less when I just eat 2 meals back to back. I just make another entire full plate every time I have a meal. Where's our next comedian? I don't see Alex Avery. It's like not showing. I'm gonna add the spotlight. Please welcome Alex Avery Jokes. Alex Avery. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
am I here?
Wait, hold on. I don't know where you are.
Lots of process. We good?
I don't.
Is everything okay?
I don't see you. Is your video going?
Wi-Fi's connected.
Should I?
I'll try to add you. Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
it is.
Okay,
Maybe.
go ahead.
Okay.
Nope.
Right, cool.
It keeps there we go. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey. All right. Great intro. Super good. Hey, you know what was great about that intro? Gave me time to rethink how I wanted to open my set. So I'm gonna go right into the funny jokes instead of whatever I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's I lost my cat. Yeah, Mark knows what I'm saying. Yeah. I was gonna riff on how that Chinese lady said that stick to your own race. That's I was like, why is it okay when she says it? Like, all right. Anyway. But anyway, I shouldn't have said that. I lost my cat and instead of flyers and a reward, I put a bounty on him. So bounty hunter would find him. I mean, I stand by that joke so hard. Then I have a bit about my cat being tough. And I don't know. I live in a really rough neighborhood. Like I live in a really, really rough neighborhood. The other day, someone left an explosive package on my doorstep. Luckily, it's also the neighborhood where people steal packages. All the police received was a mailing address and a size 10 pair of puffy DC skate shoes. I don't know if that's in case of break-ins. Some of us sleep with a gun next to our bed. Others maybe a baseball bat or a katana. Me, I went with a dead man switch suicide vest. Either way, I'm finally getting some sleep. Interestingly, suicide vests also work if you're robbing a house. It's my protection and income. So how else do you think I know what weapons my neighbors sleep with next to their beds? I think that's a good callback. I stand by it. Where I live, dude, it's so rough. Where I live, drugs won the war on drugs. And it's making the group Hugs Not Drugs very scared. They might have to take up arms. They might have to take up arms. DARE is known for acronyms, not military tactics. Hey, here's something interesting. Oh, I got 1 minute. Perfect. Nighttime is often associated with being the creepiest time to be somewhere. Cemetery at night, creepy. You know, abandoned insane asylum at night, creepy. Albino children, yes. All right. But there's exceptions. Night isn't always the creepiest time to be someplace, like me at a playground. Nobody's there except me and the albino kids. Turns out they're just as creepy to other kids during the day. I stand by this.
I'm going to call you're breaking up so much, and that was pretty much the end of your set. Thank you, Alex Avery. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know how your set made sense, even though it was like coming in and out, but it still made sense.
No.
I like that you give that you endorse your jokes like a political candidate and stand by them. It's better than bailing out.
Well, it's a feeling I feel strongly about. I'm not going to change just because you all disagree.
You're still breaking up. It's really weird. It's really weird. No, but one thing that one of the sayings that we have at this mic is bomb with bits too. If someone's bombing, I don't care as long as they're telling jokes. It's better than people being unprepared.
I agree.
Stand by your jokes. Our
Unwavering.
next comedian, he's standing up. He's ready to go. He's got some cool lighting going on in his grow room. Please welcome Douglas Windursky.
Thank you, sir. So on this past Thanksgiving, I decided to play it safe. I decided to play it safe by staying home to avoid eating horrible cooking. And I'm really hoping that my brother's wife doesn't end up watching this sometime down the road. Okay, actually, her cooking is not horrible. Actually, her cooking has always been fantastic. And I stayed home on Thanksgiving to avoid the C word. And no, I'm not referring to the see you next Tuesday C word, right? I'm referring to the other C word. And while I was doing that, I ended up doing, the Thanksgiving Zoom thing with 10 family members. And while I was talking during that, I asked my aunt was kind of like running the Zoom, right? And I asked her, I said, how much time do I have left? And she said, 1 minute. And she said, every time I'm asked that, it's always 1 minute left. And I have to say, like, when I was doing that Zoom, it was very reminiscent. Like, I started thinking about all these virtual open mics that I was doing. When I asked my aunt, I said, do you happen to have a theme song? And she said, no. And I said, why not? I said, Hornback does. And she said, who the hell is Hornback? And also, when I was talking during that Thanksgiving Zoom, I said something that I thought was funny, but I didn't hear any laughs, right? Oh, okay. I thought I had a problem. Okay, so anyway, so I thought I said something that was funny, and then I didn't hear any laughs, and I said, where the hell is Laura Hug when you need her? And then she said, who the hell is Laura Hug? Okay, so now those stories, those were not true. I did do the Zoom thing, right? But those things like didn't I just made that up for like shits and giggles, like for the bit, or like bits and giggles, basically, right? And so I got to address this light. So this light, I ended up picking this up today. It's a blue light, right? And it's cool. Like, I like how it looks, but I don't like how it reminds me of the kind of balls that See You Next Tuesday gave to me a while back. Them damn blue ball. All right, that's it for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Douglas Windursky. I want to point out to everyone that you can use the Fun Simulation theme song for any family Zoom meetings. Feel free to open with that. Also, I like Doug's I like Doug's light because that's the lighting that I would have for the stage portion of Fun Simulation when we were live. I had one like purple light and one red light, and it mixed and it looked like that. So it felt like normal to me and reminded me of the good old days that will return in 9 months. That's my guess. 9 months. Our next comedian coming up, please welcome Melissa McGuire.
Hello, thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here. So my mom likes to do this thing when she comes over. She'll bring me something, which I know sounds really sweet, but it's not, because it's not anything that I asked for or anything that I want. It's just shit that she feels too guilty to throw away herself. First of all, like, I don't care. I will throw it away like immediately when you leave. Like, I'm not a monster. Secondly, like, we played this game with grandma already. Like, when I was a kid, we would take all the shit that we didn't want, like stuff in the garage, expired food, right? And we would bring it to grandma's, and my grandma would throw her arms up and say, "Why are you bringing me this shit?" So it's like, Mom, I know you, like, don't play me. But she's like real sneaky about it, you know? So she'll start off with something that you do want. So like a few weeks ago, she was like, "Hey, I'm coming over for lunch. Do you want an avocado?" And it's like, yeah, of course I want an avocado. They're like $40. So she comes over with the avocado. And then like with it come all these like extra bonus features, right? She's like, "Oh, I also have these 2 cans of expired beefaroni." And I'm like, okay, side note, like my mom is a very strict vegetarian and she has no friends. So I'm like, what's the backstory on the beefaroni? She's like, "I also have this Hillary 2016 lawn sign and a box of tampons from before menopause." Great. This is really helpful. Thanks, Mom. But now I feel like I have to pat her down like a security guard at a concert. I'm like, "Ma'am, you cannot bring any contraband into the concert." Like, "No, you cannot bring this carton of almond milk that you left out overnight, but it's fine." Most recently when she came over, she's been bringing me like whole heads of garlic, like not just a little clove, but like the whole entire head. And I looked over at my pantry the other day and I realized I had 4 heads of garlic. And I live alone and I'm like, does my mom like know something that the rest of us don't? Right? Like, is the next phase of this pandemic vampires? Right? Y'all heard it here first. All right. Garlic is going to be flying off the shelves faster than toilet paper this winter. A couple little new ones here. I hate it when people are always like, "Oh, she would have been 100 years old today if she had lived another 37 years. It's like, bitch, it wasn't happening. Like, you didn't make it. Stop trying to make 100 happen. Here's how you know you've been watching too many TikTok videos. When you try to pause regular TV to be like, "I wonder what people in the comments are saying." All right, cool. Patty's a TikToker. The other day, this one's quick. The other day I saw this mother with her young child, maybe 7 or 8 years old, and the kid was on a leash. And I laughed. But then I remembered that my mom used to do that to me. I don't have a punchline for that yet. I just making a list of things to bring up in therapy. All right, thanks y'all. That's my time. Have a good night.
Yes, thank you, Melissa. One more time for Melissa. That is good stuff. Yeah, that is weird to act like people like, yeah, you didn't make it to 100. No, nobody does. Like, nobody does. Let's stop acting like it's a tragedy if you don't make it to 100. Like, no, I could guarantee no one on this mic is making it to 100. The only person well, that's because Pat Griffin's not here. Pat Griffin will live to be 120. I guarantee you that she will. God bless her. Our next comedian needs to start his video. Did he start his video? Where's Andrew Shanklin? Andrew Shanklin, are you there? Otherwise, I'm going to skip to Melissa Wilson. In the meantime, going once, Andrew going twice. All right, our next comedian coming up is Melissa Wilson.
I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. My baby girl recently decided to become a vegetarian due to the pain that the animals endure while being slaughtered. I'm like, that's all gravy. It's just that new research indicates that even plants have a silent scream if anyone cuts into them. So looks like she's not going to be eating anything. Yeah, eating right is supposed to give you a healthy heart. The heart is supposed to be a muscle. I don't believe it. If that were true, then beating would be like exercise to it. So it would get stronger and stronger the more it beat. Yeah, after years of beating, people say that it just gives out. Just a little food for thought. Health is a real concern nowadays. I'm happy to live close to the hospital. but I haven't been real keen on the thought of going to doctors or clinics during coronavirus. I believe in emergencies, emergency rooms when there's a need for help, but I also believe in avoiding people so that I don't get sick. So no checkups for me or anything like that. I fell while jogging and my knee turned blue. I was like, well, let's see what else happens. I just waited for it to heal on its own. I told my baby girl, even if I'm walking and I get hit by a car or something and I'm on the ground bleeding, just tell any concerned citizens she'll be all right. She'll get up after she rests a little bit and scrapes her tonsils up off of the ground. No ambulances, please. Thanks, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah. Thanks, Melissa Wilson. We're gonna keep going. Our next comedian usually brings a bunch of sidekicks on stage with him, so I'm excited to see what he has today. Gregory J Matthews. Oh, baby.
There, I have one baby with me tonight. He just ate, so hopefully he will not be screaming the whole time. So I'm kind of new to this. This is actually my 11th open mic. I've been counting them. And I did my first one about 12 weeks ago, and Netflix still hasn't called me yet. Seriously, how long does this shit take? But sometimes I get depressed, and I don't think I'll ever be good at this because I haven't had enough trauma in my life to be good at stand-up comedy. But then I remember that I went to Catholic school for 13 years as a kid. The first 9 of those were at St. Thomas the Apostle, and the last 4 were high school. And high school is all about firsts. It's the first time you try a cigarette. It's maybe when you have your first kiss. It's the first time you watch an abortion video in class. I just want to check with everyone here, see what everyone else's high school experience is like. When was the first time you guys watched a video of an abortion in class? What's a normal age to see your first abortion video? For me, it was 14 during my freshman year of high school. And I don't know if that's early or if I was a late bloomer, but that's when it happened for me. It was right before lunch in religion class. They wheeled in a TV with a VCR, because I'm super old, and they popped in a VHS tape, and that's like a DVD for old people. And it was a video of an abortion. They were basically trying to gross us out into being pro-life, which didn't really work on me because I think it's a shitty argument. Just because something's gross doesn't mean it should be illegal. I mean, I think juggalos, boiled hot dogs, and Peeps are gross, but I still think they should all be legal. Okay, maybe not Peeps. Peeps are fucking gross. They should be illegal. That's my hot take on Peeps. Fucking disgusting. I got hot takes. Also, a lot of people are worried that this new Supreme Court, that Roe versus Wade might get overturned. But don't worry about that. If that happens, you can always go to Maine and get an abortion from Michael Caine, assisted by Spider-Man. Nothing to worry about. Cider House Rules joke. Oh, by the way, the high school I went to took a direct hit from a tornado in 2011, 11 years after I graduated, and it destroyed the whole school, and the administration wanted to rebuild it. But has there ever been a clearer sign from God than a tornado directly hitting the school? It's just how I feel about it. They should have shut it down. Speaking of signs from God, COVID-19. God is pissed. Remember the good old days before this when we could do things like go outside and attend a comedy show in person or have a stranger cough into your mouth on the L? You know, the good old days, things we all miss. Before the pandemic, I was at the DuPage County Fair, which is an awesome county fair if you ever get a chance to go. I was there a few years ago, and basically everyone there has on a novelty t-shirt because they think they're hilarious with something written on it. And so this one lady had a shirt on and it said, sarcasm level expert. So I went up to her and I said, hey, I really love your shirt. And she said, thanks. Turns out she wasn't an expert.
Hey.
Hey, yeah. Don't laugh, just say, hey. So finally our dog died recently. And so my 4-year-old a few nights ago was asking if she was going to die someday. And I told her yes, but not for a really, really long time. And I gave her a big hug, but she started crying. And then she asks what happens after we die. And so I told her that some people believe that you get wings and you fly around in heaven with a beautiful dress. And she said, through tears, I don't want wings though, Daddy. So I told her that some people believe that you come back as an animal. And still through tears, she said, I don't want to be an animal. And so I said, all right, well, some people believe that after we die, our bodies decompose and nothing else happens for the rest of eternity. and the entirety of our time on Earth was ultimately meaningless. Stop crying right away. Hashtag Dad of the Year. Thank you. I'm Greg Matthews.
Yeah, thank you, Greg Matthews. I like it because out in DuPage County, that's their classy wear. You know, that's the t-shirt has words on it. Like, you know, I could show that I can read. No, I have a shirt that looks like a Christmas shirt. It's a green t-shirt, has a picture of a present, a wrapped present on it, and it says, "Sarcasm, one of my many gifts to you." And it's like the stupidest shirt. And I accidentally wore it to work one time, and I was one of those people. I was one of those people that Greg saw at the DuPage County Fair, but at work, and I had to explain that I accidentally wore the shirt I slept in to the office. Our next meeting coming up from Chicago, not originally, you'll tell by his accent, but Michael Cooper.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing okay. Listen, if you are poor like me, I need you to get with me on something. We, poor people, as a collective, we have to stop fucking rich people. And if you are going to fuck a rich person, please make sure it's better for you than it is for them. Why should they get to come and retire at age 65? According to the laws of late stage capitalism, they have to pick between those two options. So one of the things that happened this year was there was some wildfires. One of those wildfires was contributed to by a gender reveal party. An explosive device was used at a gender reveal party and scorched hundreds of acres. Now look, I'm not telling anybody how to raise your kids, but if that's your kid's gender reveal party, you have to abort that kid. Why? I'll be very clear. I'm not on the West Coast, okay? This fire didn't hit me. Why do I have a dog in this fight? Well, what the fuck happens on that kid's first birthday? A goddamn oil spill? Scientists at NASA are trying to figure out how to get us to the moon by 2036 to avoid this little shit Sweet 16. I've been accused of being a misanthrope. I don't think that's fair because a misanthrope kind of hates everybody, whereas I like one person. That person is this. Y'all know on them golf courses where all those rich folks hang out? Whoever it was that decided to put alligators out there, I like that person. I like how they think. I like how they plan. I don't do, like, that person is my whole political party. Just finding slow ways to kill rich people. I don't know why we stopped at alligators on golf courses. You know, why not water moccasins in penthouses? You know? Bears just roaming the campuses of Ivy League colleges. Whatever your mascot is, it should be able to roam your territory and do what it wants. I feel like if we did that, we'd have fewer sports teams with racist mascots. This was mediocre. I also just realized someone has a baby, and I'm worried that that baby just heard me talk about killing a bunch of rich folks and what might by now be a baby. We don't know. Even if they had that kid, they still need to abort that kid, though. Before its first milestone. I'm not sure if most of what I said was legal, according to Attorney General Bill Barr. So I've been Jared Kushner. Have a good night.
Yeah, the Kushner himself. Thank you, Michael Cooper. It's fine. We'll just get banned from Twitch, and then my my two viewers on there will get very upset. Hi, everybody on Twitch watching. I'm just giving a shout out. I don't know who's watching there. On Facebook, I could see who's watching, but on Twitch, I'm not logged in. I just know two people are watching. Don't leave. Our next comedian coming up is really great. Please welcome Patty Mansbach.
Yeah, I am great. I'm trying this confidence thing. It's terrible. I hate it. I should stop it. Oh man, it's Christmas time. So all these hot Netflix romantic comedies about Christmas have dropped. I love it. My favorite one is Midnight at the Magnolia. That's where two radio DJs pretend to fall in love for ratings. And guess what happens at the end? Guess what happens? You know what happens. They both win Peabody Awards. That's what no, that didn't happen. They don't really, for us Jews, they don't make any Hanukkah romantic comedies because it would just be like, it was a cold weeknight in December and he wooed her with socks. The end. Okay. Other rabbit holes I've fallen down into. Presidential pets. Yeah, Joe Biden. His dogs are part of the Antiflee. That was stupid. And then I also read that former president Andrew Johnson, he didn't have any pets, but on his Wikipedia page, they said he fed the mice in his room. So not only was he one of the worst presidents, also one of the weirdest ones. Okay. Oh, Kamala Harris, her husband, he's not a pet. Okay, he's not a pet, but he is going to be the second gentleman to the United States. And I want to talk about his fashion choices all the time. Oh, I'm going to rip him to shreds. I'm going to be like a little fashion police. Like, can you believe he wore that pantsuit? Oh my God, I would never. Oh. Yeah, and that fitted blazer. Oh, come on, man. More political stuff. Oregon out here, they did a really cool thing where they decriminalized all the drugs. So I'm pretty sure that means they're legal. I don't know the difference. You just whatever. But what happens now, if you have hard drugs on you, you get a ticket and it costs $100. Do you want to know how much my speeding ticket cost? $270. What the hell, man? Do I still have it? I still have it. I got another. Look how they have. This is deep state. We got cameras everywhere. Look how happy I look. Oh my God, this cost me $270 in joy. I should have just done meth. It would have been way cheaper. More hobbies. I started doing this online Java programming class. I don't know how much I'm getting out of it, but it's cheaper and more useful than improv classes. So there's that. Except my teacher's like a raging Trump supporter. So I just put like, defund the police in all my programs. Hashtag women in tech. Oh my God, now that I'm like one computer class, I'm walking around being like women in tech, hashtag. Oh, the hashtag is great. Doing the programming is really hard. It's kind of boring and I don't like it. I only do it for the Instagram glory. Hard. Let's see. That's going to be the new year. I love the new year because it's the anniversary of the first time I made out with a boy. Yeah, I was like 20, way too old. And I went to this frat party at Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Woo. I mean, I didn't go there. And then when the clock struck midnight, I made out with a boy. Look at me. So proud of myself, right? And afterwards I said, I don't know your name. And then he said to me, I don't know your name either. I think we should leave it that way. Whoa. Oh. It's okay. It was a Jewish frat, so the saliva was kosher either way. Thank you.
Yeah, Betty Man's back. That's cool. You're taking a coding class, but I have a theory that you can't be a good developer and be a Trump supporter because it requires some mental capacity that you probably don't have. And that proved my point because no good developers teach software development because it doesn't pay as much as a real software development job either. Yeah. So sorry you're going through that. Our next meeting coming up, where is it? All right, please welcome Ilago Gopalan.
Oh, great, you've arrived. Let's begin. Well, hi everyone. Happy Indigenous National Heritage Day for those of us who are brown and down and those of us who are clowns, like all of us here. I want to say right now that I set the bar really low and I still saved lives. So because I didn't go home, I didn't end up killing nearly as many Indians as the Pilgrims did just a few hundred years ago. People always get confused when I make that joke, so I have to tell them there's a difference between me and the Native Americans. So I'm call center Indian and they're rehab center Indian. It's a subtle difference. Ooh, yeah, I know. Oh, I can't believe you said that. He's supposed to just be nice and subservient to everyone. But, I'm really surprised that with the civil unrest we've had this year, that no one has been screeching on Twitter, it's bad enough that there's only a Black Friday after Thanksgiving. How come there's not a White Friday for us? How come? How come there's not a White Friday? And I'll tell you why. There actually is a White Friday, but here's the difference. On Black Friday, retailers discount all their products for 99% off so people can buy shit like TVs and dildos and computers and whatnot. But on White Friday, retailers who accidentally kill some of their customers by overprescribing them opiates when they know they really shouldn't be taking them get a rebate of $15,000 by the drug manufacturers. I know, I'm not on Bill Maher. What am I doing here doing a business joke? Just a guy doing a business joke. But if you didn't understand that, that means you don't take any prescription drugs. So you're all very mentally and physically fit. Good for you. So anyway, I'll go ahead and move on though. I'm going to be 41 in just a couple of months, and I'm a father to a little girl who's going to be 7. And I'm running into this disturbing trend of douchebag dads, or DBDs as I like to call them. DBDs dress inappropriately. The standard dad uniform, as we all know, is cargo shorts in the winter, and then all your burdens and sweatpants in the summer. I already don't like sweatpants because of women, all right? Women made this trend about looking at a guy's dick print through their sweatpants. And I feel like there's no point in me trying to wear these because even with the wrong information, it's not like I could fool anyone. It's not like I could tell a woman, well, actually, my penis is 10.16 centimeters. That's double digits, baby. Yeah, that still means 4 inches, all right? But here's the thing. The real thing is I started wearing these sweatpants called joggers, even though I don't really jog anywhere. I just lumber from one domestic issue at home to another. And they're kind of comfortable. But here's the problem, all right? When I'm showing you my joggers, I've got these ridiculous horizontal lines around the knee. So basically, they're so scrunched up and tight, I look like a double amputee with 2 accordions coming out from below my kneecaps. And here's one more problem. I told you I'm almost 41 years of age. I have not gotten my prostate checked, but I do know that I'm having a urinary problem where the last few drops always come down my pants. And even though I'm uncircumcised and therefore I should have a helmet that should protect against drippage, it's not working for me. So when I want to now clean up the pee that's pooling around my ankles, I can't lift up these goddamn pants because they're so tapered around the lower part of my fucking accordion legs. So I end up jogging home so I can change into more comfortable clothes. Thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Elango. Thank you very much. Those are sweet pants. Is that what it's called as a dick print? I don't know if I've ever heard that before. Like everyone...
Yeah, joggers are more trendy sweatpants. You know, my wife wanted me to dress like a douchebag dad, and that's what I'm trying to do now.
Hell yeah.
They're tapered.
I'm never going to stop dressing like a douchebag. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to wear my skinny jeans from 2003 till I die.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks. Our next speaker coming up, please welcome Alicia Rain.
Hey guys, I'm actually feel pretty good. It's been officially a year since I quit smoking, so feel good about that. It was kind of tough to quit smoking though because I smoked for a really long time. Like I smoked for so long that my cigarette habit is old enough to drink and drive. So there you go. But I do miss smoking, but the thing I don't miss is the little warning label on the cigarettes because they're redundant. Like you're inhaling smoke and then exhaling gross smoke. Like we get it, you know, like the warning label is like when you're with a bad boyfriend and he's like, I'm no good for you, baby. I know. I could see from across the room that you were a man with bedazzled butt jeans. You know, he has 8 credit cards and no job. We get it. You know, you're close personal friends with Nickelback. I understand. You know, the way we met is you tried to sell me an affordable cell phone plan on the street. You know, and I thought to myself, it is my lucky day And weirdly enough, Lucky was also his name. And so I guess I'm just colorblind to red flags. Yeah, it's almost Christmas time, so that means we are celebrating the birth of the most famous zombie in the world. You know who I'm talking about, Elvis. Great. We're here to celebrate the birth of Elvis. Yeah, guys, I'm going to do one impression for you guys before I go. This is my impression of Mrs. Claus. Okay, Mrs. Claus. He's gone. Come on over. That's it, you guys. Happy holidays. I'm Alicia Rain.
Thank you, Alicia Rain. We're going to keep it going. We got a few more comics in the fastest minute. This is going to be a really exciting time. A lot of people sticking around. In the meantime, check out Jolly Bean. Sorry.
Hey, good evening. Please meet my comedy partners, Jojo and Yo-Yo. Let's see what they're talking about tonight. I had a very colorful dinner at Thanksgiving. It's meat with 7 sides. It's like a feast. Oh, you should have invited me. I'd love to, but unfortunately, it's just for one person. It's a Chicago-style dog with 7 toppings and no ketchup. You know what I'm thinking? The Chicago folks, they really hate travelers putting ketchup on their hot dog. So they dye the river green at St. Patrick's Day, and they should also have a ketchup dumping day, which dyes the river red. That's bloody cool. And I just watched the movie Cats. It's terrible, especially this song which really pissed me off. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me. This is against the social distancing rule. If you dare to touch me, I will bear you down. Well, I'm thinking they should have a musical called Bears, and this will be the plot. There is a pandemic going on in the Bear Kingdom, and the symptom is diarrhea. And later, 2 bears running for the president. One of them is the Shaman Bear because he controls the toilet papers. And the other bear is the inventor of the bidet. But you know what? I think finally a 3rd bear becomes the president. He's a toilet builder, and he wins because he chose a very popular slogan. That's make Bear Kingdom no shit again. Oh, that guy's obviously a liar, because if there's no shit, why do we need a toilet builder? Anyway, I think we are bears, so the virus can barely affect us, I believe. Yeah, I agree. So we should party outside, but we are really afraid of one person. Yeah, Lori Lightfoot, because in memes she stares at me, in dreams she came, her voice shouts at me, say fuck inside, and when I go outside, I know she's beside, Lori Lightfoot is everywhere to kick her ass. Yeah, thanks, that's my time.
Yeah, thank you, Jolly Bean and the Bears. I love it. You can't put ketchup on your hot dog in Chicago. I feel very strongly about it. If you do, you have to put like a sheet over your head and eat it in shame, and so nobody sees you. But no, sir, I just learned today that ketchup, the Heinz company that was the big ketchup producers in America, invented it to cover up the taste of bad and spoiled meat. That was the point of ketchup. That's what they were doing. And then to the point where they were like, oh man, we're making this bad meat taste so good that people aren't even trying to keep meat preserved anymore. maybe we should try to like have like a safe way of eating meat. Maybe make ketchup not as good. I don't know. It was a very strange time in the 19 whatevers. Our next comedian coming up, please welcome Mar McFly. Oh, you're muted.
What's up, Mark? How you been?
Hey, good.
Good. How do I get the light? I don't remember.
I'll message you or I can tell you.
Yeah, please tell me because I'm on my phone. All right. Hey, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good, man. Everybody's worried about the pandemic and COVID and how it's spreading. But once everything opens back up, man, I don't know if they're ready for this wave of like STDs that are coming. Because you thought people were pretty floozy before. Just wait until they get around other people again. You know, it's gonna be 12th grade all over again. So these Zoom dates. Zoom dates are crazy. And I'm 31, so that's not really our thing. I was talking to this 24-year-old that I met on Tinder. Shout out. Not really, they suck. So I was talking to her, and you know, I brought it up just like I would normally ask her on a date. I was like, hey, so what are you doing this Friday? If you're not busy, do you want to go on a Zoom date? And she laughed hysterically. There's no real way of me telling because this was all over text messages, but when she finally responded a week later with LOL, confirmed my previous hypothesis that, you know, she died laughing. She said, no, I've never actually done one. I thought only old people scared of COVID did that. And I was like, oh, I haven't done one either. So does that mean I'm young? Or I brought it up. So am I an old fucker who's scared of COVID? Fuck. I'm not ready for that. I also realize these days that I gotta step up like my Mexican game because I'm Mexican and everything. But growing up in Chicago, I always felt like biracial. Like the Mexicans never accepted me because I didn't have an accent, and everybody else didn't accept me because I was Mexican. It's a real struggle. It's a real struggle. But like I gotta step up my Mexican game because, you know, if you tell me, hey man, I just gotta go to the mechanic, I gotta replace the brakes on my Honda Civic, I'll be like, oh, that's cool, man. You know, sucks. We all gotta go through it though. But if you tell my cousin that, you'd have like an appointment booked right away. Like, and it's not even gonna be at a mechanic shop. It's gonna be wherever your car's at. And like, you know, in the middle of the street and parking lot of Dunkin' Donuts. Like they're just gonna show up in a Chevrolet, put the jack. Next thing you know, you got new spark plugs, a fresh air filter, and all that stuff. And it's like almost like if the Modelo's that they were drinking had Adderall in it or some shit. All right, guys, that's me, Martin Fly. Thanks.
Thanks, Mar McFly. I like that. I need more friends like that. The only time a mechanic ever came to my house to work on my car was when I got an oil change and they didn't put oil back in it. And I drove home, barely made it, and then they drove out to put oil in my car and offer me a refund, and that was it. And then
sounds like they need some Modelo.
Yeah, they were drinking Corona instead of Modelo. That's the problem. Our next comedian coming up. Here we go. He's in Chicago. Please welcome Adam Quaslow.
Thank you. Guys, proud to say since October, I have lost 35 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah, but Mark, it was all cum. So, I'm a sober person, but I don't like to use the term straight edge because I don't go to punk shows to hit on high school juniors. But being sober, I've started, I bring my own drinks to parties because when I get there and they tell me they have a keg of beer and a half gallon of vodka, I can't ask what they have a 2 liter of. The worst is like people who can't handle my sobriety. Like I once had a friend tell me, you know, it's just disappointing that we can't have a beer together. And I had to explain to her that our mouths are separate. So if she drinks a beer, but I drink a Sprite, she'll only taste beer. So it doesn't matter what's in my glass. The worst I've ever had was because I also don't smoke weed. And I think smoking weed is like Japan. there is nothing wrong with it. It is perfectly okay. But when that is all you talk about, lose my number. But I once had somebody who was so dumbfounded that I didn't smoke weed that he actually asked me, well, what if I slipped some into your food? Would you be mad? And I actually had to think about it because that was the first time anyone had ever asked me to consider all the good things that might happen if they drugged me. Yeah. Like I might wake up with an extra kidney. Who knows? You know how teachers say there's no such thing as a stupid question? Bullshit. Would you be mad if I drugged you is a stupid question. Like it was so stupid I had to sit down because all the blood rushed from my legs to my head to figure out his thought process. I'm also Jewish, in case you can't tell by my video screen. I don't know if this is typical for most Jewish people, but I grew up in a largely Jewish town. The next town over has a Holocaust museum. Basically, my whole life, I was taught about the Holocaust. Like, even when I was 5 years old, Sunday school was 1/3 Hebrew, 1/3 religion, 1/3 here's why Rebecca's grandmother doesn't wear short sleeves. And I remember one time when I was in like 3rd grade, my teacher told us that she had visited Poland, and I asked if she went to a Trailblazers game because I thought Poland and Portland were the same thing. Imagine an 8-year-old who knows what Auschwitz is, who understands the concept of genocide, but doesn't understand the concept of Europe. That's who I was. Like, I knew what Auschwitz was, but I thought it was in Oregon. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Adam Quaslow. I like he's bringing back some of our old chants. Our next comedian just entered the room, just squeaked in to do a spot right now. Gio, are you ready to start your video? I'm going to make you co-host. No, you're not ready yet. It doesn't seem like, or are you? Where's Gio at?
Give me just 1 second. I was actually driving, lost the connection, and I haven't pulled off yet. You want to go to the next person?
All right, yeah, yeah, we'll go to the next person, and then you get a headline tonight. So, in the meantime, Dan Wienko, yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's good to be here. Yeah, my name's Dan. I am from Portland, Oregon, not Poland, Oregon, but I can see how you got mixed up on that. I would have done it too. You know how to spot a Portland accent? If somebody's talking to you and they mention harvesting a placenta, chances are they were born and raised in Portland somewhere. And I just proved it right because we just started talking and I mentioned harvesting a placenta, even though I really don't have any interest in that at all. Gosh, you know, COVID times gave me a little bit of a extra projects on my hand. I created an app. Yeah, created a new app. It's called Scat Chat. And it's about people shitting in wacky, crazy places. Okay. So whether you take a dump on top of a bicycle seat or maybe on the hood of a cop car, yeah, places like that. And then you take a picture of it and then you post it. And before you post it, you can put like wacky filters on there and make you talk like, you know, either yourself or maybe a politician, you know, because anybody who's on an app like this is really just a unique piece of shit of their own. So anyway, it's dropping tomorrow after lunch. Sorry, I had to write a shit joke. Anybody suffer from insomnia? Maybe. Insomnia is like all the cells in your body decided to have a party but didn't invite your brain. Yeah, there's just this wacky, you know, velvet rope party happening somewhere in your body, and your brain and you are just bobsledding in your sheets, just going from one side to the other. Meanwhile, there's some sort of, you know, rainbows and unicorns and probably raccoons slap boxing in a kiddie pool filled with glitter. Typical dream stuff. Anyway, I was going to write a punchline for that last night, but I fell asleep because I don't have insomnia. I'm sorry, that's me being a dick. People say I need to be meaner in comedy, but I'm just a nice guy, so it's really hard to do. Look, I know I look like the type of guy that would say something stupid like, I hope this doesn't make me sound racist, and I'm going to say, look, I hope this doesn't sound racist, but did you guys know that black cats don't get fleas? Yeah, seriously. I have 7 cats and 3 of them are black and I can't find a flea on any one of them. So it's some kind of experiment that I've cracked the code on. So I don't know if it's witchcraft. I doubt it's racism. It doesn't feel like race. I mean, are fleas even that smart to like decide? Anyway, let's see. What was I going to leave you with here? Oh, we'll save that for later. Yeah, I'm going to give the time back to the room. I got a hot minute, though, coming your way after this. Hey, thanks a lot, Mark.
Thanks, Dan. Dan, we ain't go one more time. And you know what? Dan's going to save it for the fastest minute. That's how we do it. It's a good thing. Gio Wagner is in his car pulled over. I like to have at least one person either outdoors, on the street, or in a car per night. So he pulled through for us. Please welcome Gio Wagner.
How's everybody doing tonight? Yes, I planned on pulling off a little earlier, but of course, just then the signal goes out, so I have to keep driving till the signal comes back in. It's always something. It's always something. I had pneumonia at the beginning of the year, and so with pneumonia comes a little bit of that, the asthma type breathing, and I had to take a deep breath 3 times just to fart. Can you imagine? How does someone with asthma take a shit? I can't do it. Can't do it. Got into a fight with my girlfriend. I called her a cocksucker. And she looks at me and she says, "You know that's not true." I've had. I don't know if there's a lot of hunters in the audience, but I dropped my first deer. I got it in one hit. Does anybody know where I can get a new car? They towed my car away. And about a week later, I get this letter from the State Highway Patrol informing me that they towed my car. Like, I didn't know this. What was I doing for the last week without my car? Not knowing where it was. Did I report it stolen? And then walk into the police station with this letter saying, I got this letter, and have them look at this and say, hey, guess what? We found your car. Seems about par for the course. I guess the animals just don't like me. About 6 months ago, I had a run-in with a suicidal possum. Right out in front of me, I swerved to miss it. It ran the next lane, I swerved back. After doing that a couple times, I had to decide. Hit the possum, hit the ditch. I hit the possum. $1,000 worth of damage to my bumper. Can you sue a possum? I mean, I can't sue that possum. He's dead. But like his wife, his kids, can I put them out on the street? Oh, no, never mind. That's not a good idea. So my girlfriend doesn't like it when I use the N-word. So I have to say yes to everything. She told me to get my mind out of the gutter. I said, it's a package deal. That's where the rest of me is. Have you ever had a significant other say, hey, I can't read your mind? Well, guys, I'm here to tell you that is the best thing you can hear, because if they could read our minds, we would have to duck all the time. I'll end on this one. She told me to never change, but then she complains about the smell. All right, that's my time. You guys have been a great audience. Thanks.
Thank you, Gio Wagner. Everybody knows what time it is. It is time for the fastest minute in comedy. I'm going to go to gallery view. Start your videos if you want to do it. Quazzle and Jolly, start your videos too. When I get to that, it'll be easier for me to start it. I don't know how I'm going to do this because I didn't track who was here. So I'm just I didn't track who was still here. I didn't track as people left. I normally do that. It just felt like too much work tonight. It felt like too much work. So what I'm going to do is start with. I'm going to just bounce around quite a bit. I think I know who was early on. We're going to start this out. I'm not going to let you. You get 1 minute, and then I automatically highlight the next person. I'm not sure who it's going to be. You're not sure it's going to be, but I know the first one is going to be Ian Ryan Smith. Go, 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 go,
Yes,
go,
Go, go, go, go, go, go, go.
I have a
go,
question. Is it wrong to lie about being Jewish?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, yes, because lying is wrong, but I think I can get away with it. I'm kind of a home run of Jewish stereotypes if I turn my head sideways. Someone has literally several people have told me that I look exactly like a Jewish woman. One Jewish woman in particular, Charlotte Parker. Look her up. We look the same. I can totally lie about being Jewish. I also have a few family members who look like they've lied about being Jewish, so people wouldn't think they were Jewish. It's a Mendelssohn thing. I'm not related to Mendelssohn, but that's something they did so that people wouldn't harass them. It's a thing.
Let's go, Dead Air Dennis Mailer. Go, go, go.
Hi. Yeah, you never hear anybody yell Freebird at a comedy show unless that comedy show is also at a pet shop. Put YOLO stickers on coffins to prevent zombies. If electroshock therapy is the cure to depression, then shitty electricians are the happiest people alive. I suffer from a condition called sleep apnea. If you don't know what that is, sleep apnea is your body seeking revenge by slowly strangling you in your sleep because you ate a cheeseburger today. That's got to be about a minute.
30 seconds, but Kelly Zemnick go, 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 go.
So there's all the Christmas stuff in the stores now, all the little stocking stuffers. And I noticed the other day this coffee shower mug holder. A coffee shower mug holder. I'm assuming it's for people who drink decaf or do not enjoy coffee, because that just sounds disgusting to me, personally. I don't know. If you need to combine your morning shower and your coffee, you probably just need to take a breath and just, chill. You can just, no one needs a hero. You're gonna be fine. Another weird shower thing I noticed, my conditioner today. My conditioner said it has 1,001 uses, and it had 3 directions. So I'm just wondering what the other 998 could be. It's coconut based. Can I cook with it? That just takes 1 off. I'm very confused. I have questions. That's all.
Yeah, Kelly. Let's go, Douglas Windursky. Go, 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 go.
All right. So last year I joined a Facebook group. It's a poker Facebook group, but I didn't join it because I love playing poker. I joined it because I figured it would be a good place to leave the comment on pictures and people's comments. I wanted to leave the comment liquor in the front and poker in the rear, right? So, and it's spelled like liquor is spelled Liquor, and then poker is Poker, right? But we all know what it sounds like. But that's just kind of like a nod to one of my favorite shirts that I wore when I was in grade school. I went to a Christian school then. I was a good Christian boy, and I was rocking my Big Johnson t-shirt, right? Big Johnson bar, casino, liquor up front, and poker in the rear. And surprisingly, they never kicked me out of that group or whatever. No, I don't know. They don't like the cut. They don't do anything, but I keep on getting away with it. So, all right, that's it for me. Peace.
Yeah, Melissa Wilson, go, 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 go.
Melissa
Wilson. We'll go to, where's Greg? Did Greg leave?
I'm right here.
All right, we'll bounce to Greg Matthews. Go, 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 go.
Hey guys, big game for the Bears tonight. This game tonight will determine how we remember the 2020 Bears. Will we remember them as a middling team that started 5-0, or as an absolutely terrible football team that started 5-0? I wrote that before the game, and I just checked the score. It's 41-17, and there are 10 minutes left. So we're going to remember them as a absolutely terrible football team that started 5-0. I think I'm getting the hang of this stand-up thing. Writing jokes are like kids. You create a bunch of them, you keep the ones other people like, and you put the other ones up for adoption. I've been running a lot lately, and I realized that Usain Bolt is a great name for the world's greatest sprinter. Way better than the name of the world's worst sprinter, Phil Molasses Legs.
Yeah, go, 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 go.
Oh,
Penny
wait.
Mansbach, go.
Okay. Somebody once said that I change my mind as often as I change my underwear, which is never, because I am a ride or die loyal bitch and I'm constantly battling urinary tract infections. Oh, remember we got that stimulus? Remember they just gave us $1,200? That was so much fun. Why don't they do that again from the top, everybody? I wanted to spend my stimulus on the boob job that Rob in 9th grade always said I needed. But then the doctors weren't doing elective surgery, so even my boobs can't get a job in this economy, guys.
Go, Alicia Rain, go, 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 go.
Yeah, so hunting season still happening. So you know what that means. Budweiser and Jack Daniels still making a hell of a lot of money. Because alcohol and loaded firearms go together like alcohol and unprotected sex. A real peas and carrots situation. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Alicia. Jolly Bean, go, 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 go.
So I'm an impassionate software developer. I only do the minimum, so I will get fired. And you know, there is a Chicago software development workshop called the Nerdery. So I believe if you think that name is appropriate and funny, then maybe you have the quality to be a good developer. But there are so many passionate software developers who uploaded their teaching videos on YouTube. And once I mentioned that in my comedy, and someone say, I really found that funny. Can you please explain more in details? But I really don't find that one line is funny. So I mentioned that to my boss. And he said, maybe he was thinking like somebody believe when they watch the car repairing videos, they can really repair a car. What I'm thinking is, boss, that's very different. Fixing a car is more difficult than doing software development. Because when you do software development, you have a test server, so you know, very possible you know it works or not. But for fixing a car, you don't have another car to test if your stuff really, if the solution really works. So if it breaks, the car just breaks. You don't have a testing.
Yeah, let's go, Mark McFly. Go, 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 go.
All right, guys. So I'm 31. I'm dating. I can't expect these women I'm talking to not have any kids, but I've been debating this for a week now. Is it wrong to ask a woman with a child if it was a natural birth or not? Like, I'm cool. I don't mind being a stepdad. You know, I always wanted a little brother, but I don't want to pay for another man's mistakes. Like, there's a reason he left. That's me.
Yeah, Adam Quazzle's back. Go, 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 go.
All right, let me try to remember the joke I was gonna tell. Mark, can you get back to me in a second?
Yeah, Dan Wienko, go, 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 go.
Oh shit! Hey, I had a pretty safe Thanksgiving. It was just me and my girlfriend. But out there, and this is the news story that I'm looking for. Out there, out of all the millions of people that gathered at somebody's house, I'm looking for the double down, like the double-decker problem of Thanksgiving. Like, not only did the host spread COVID to all of their loved ones, but he totally undercooked the turkey and also just gave him salmonella or whatever, an undercooked bird will do to you. So it's just like, I want to see that disaster holiday. I want that news story about the asshole who did just a shit show of COVID, Corona, and salmonella, and didn't even have alcohol for it. It's out there. I know it's out there. It's a horrible time. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Dan, come on down, Quazzle. You good this time?
All right. We're all comedians in here. We all want to be famous. I think we just want different levels of fame. Like, I want to be Joey Fatone famous. Because everybody knows who he is, but nobody gives a shit about his personal life. Like, Ariana Grande licked a donut. It was headline news. If Joey Fatone burns down a hospital, it'll be, oh, that's what he's been up to. But we like him, right? Like, I'd love to get a picture with Joey Fatone as long as we're already in the same building. You know? I just think it's awesome that he was in the biggest band in the world for 5 years. He's a professional singer, was in the biggest band in the world for 5 years, and none of us know what his voice sounds like. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, Adam Guazo. Come on, Gio Wagner. Go, 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 go.
But I was pulled off to the side of the road, safe and sound, off the expressway, big side of the road, no danger of any traffic. Had this call going, and a policeman pulls up behind me. Says, "Hey, everything okay?" I said, "Yeah, sure." Then he basically shines flashlight in the back and sees, my suitcase, my clothes, because I spent Thanksgiving with my girlfriend. Nothing wrong with that. Pulled off to the side of the road, take a phone call. Nothing wrong with that. No, fucking asshole. Tell you if my set might be a little off. I had some edibles earlier. I wasn't sure how much, how strong they were. Does anyone know how much they put in edible underwear? All right, I think that's my time.
Yeah, Gio. Trevor Gertenson's back. Trevor, go for a minute.
All right. So I love true crime. And one of the reasons why is all the podcasts that they have out there. And one of these podcasts said, a lot of people don't know this, but the most common characteristic among serial killers is that they have substance abuse problems. And I thought the most common characteristic was that they were murderers, right? But the one I like about them is that they always have the shallow grave thing, right? Like, and that's the most relatable thing, because I can't relate to murder. I think murder is a horrible thing, but you know what I can relate to? Not wanting to finish digging a hole. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Trevor Gertenson. Thank you all for coming out tonight. This has been very wonderful. Look at all these beautiful faces here. Thank you for coming out. See you all next week.